The next topic that we need to discuss under Chapter 5 is classification. So basically, classification is a process of assigning names to organisms. So we don't just assign names to organisms, but there is actually a specific science, or there is actually a systematic procedure on which we are able to give names to organisms. So first, we need to familiarize our students with the binomial system. So in the case of binomial system, this is the process of giving two names for each organism. So the two names are actually derived from the last two areas in the hierarchy of taxonomy, which is the genus and the species. So the scientific name of most organisms are derived from the genus and the species name. So in that sense, we are able to classify them according to their characteristics and according to their specific groups. So, okay, we have to discuss what a genus and a species is and their differences. Okay, so these are actually a part of the hierarchy of taxonomy. So we can, for example, in the case of humans, humans are under the kingdom. In the case of hierarchy of taxonomy, although it's not really required to both SL or HL students, okay, the hierarchy of taxonomy are made up of several levels. Okay, so organisms are all classified according to this hierarchy. So in the case of humans, we are named as Homo sapiens. Okay, so in the case of genus and species, there are characteristics that are common for most genus and species. They just need to know the difference between genus and species and how organisms are being named. So if we are able to provide examples, so for example, we have the humans that are given here. Okay, you can also make a comparison between the binomial system of a tiger and a lion. So let's just say we have a lion, Panthera leo, and we have a tiger, we have Panthera tigris. So by identifying what a genus is and what a species is, then we are able to compare and contrast these two types of organisms. Okay, so that's one of the most common examples. So, of course, classification would not be complete if students would not be able to recognize certain traits that are common for most organisms. So so they need to recognize certain traits or certain features that are common for most plants and animals. So for HL students, they need to actually memorize like the several phyla of plants, and then they need to memorize as well the several phyla of invertebrates as well. Okay, so when they're able to recognize the traits, okay, the next area that they need to do is the use of dichotomous scheme. A dichotomous key is basically a method of identifying unknown organisms. So in exams, there are several questions there that are given to students that they're just given a picture, they're just given a photo of the organism, and then they just need to depend on the characteristics of the organisms that are being compared, that are actually being compared to. So once they're able to identify the features or the traits of those organisms, they should be able to form their dichotomous key. Whether, for example, if the plant have they contain a one whole what do you call this, leaf blade, or the leaf blade are subdivided into leaflets. Okay, so they should be able to like familiarize themselves with certain traits. Okay, so as we have mentioned in the previous point here. So once that we have achieved all of this, I think that will be all for both SL and HL students for classification.